one. First, you're gonna put 6 columns on a page. In the first column, you're gonna list out all the household or family tasks that you hate doing. So it could be really anything. Honestly, I did it twice for fun because it's cathartic. But mine had things like cooking, obviously cleaning the dishes, dropping the dogs off at the groomer, picking the dogs up from the groomer. List it all right there. Step 2. In the next column, you wanna put the titles of the people that actually get paid to do those things in that list. So if you hate cooking, yours would be a personal chef. Obviously for mine, I hate dishes and housekeeping in general, so I had a housekeeper on my list. If you get to a place where you're like, I don't know, whose job is that to take the dogs to the groomer and pick them up from the groomer, it's probably a personal assistant. Step 3, find out what the hourly rates or the service fee for those individual jobs are. So if you had a personal assistant on your list, they're probably like $30 an hour. But if you had a housekeeper, they might charge $100 to $150 per cleaning, depending upon where you live. Step 4 is label the last 3 columns that are on your paper: monthly, bi-weekly, and weekly. And then you're going to just add up the total cost, the total monthly cost of having those individuals come out to your house in those frequencies. So if you had a housekeeper and that was the only thing on your list and they charge $150 a month and you only want them to come out monthly, then in your monthly column you would have $150. If you wanted them to come out bi-weekly, then of course you'd have $300, and so on. And so add all of those up to have your total monthly cost, and you have your rich life milestones. Step 5. So now you want to prioritize your team. Now that you know how much it costs to have these people come out for your optimized or your rich life experience, you can pick and choose where you want to start. For me, a housekeeper was an absolute must, and I needed that to be a minimum of bi-weekly. So I just had to focus on saving that extra $300 a month. That was my first milestone. Which also meant that the next time I was in Target and they were ringing up all these things that I had just thrown in the cart on a whim, and they got to be over $150 after 2 items, because y'all know Target is expensive, I had a choice to make. I was either going to commit to 3 weeks of dirty dishes, or worse, commit to doing them myself, or I could put all the stuff back and not get it. Y'all, I put the whole cart back. Now, this works better for me because rather than saving money for a $1,000 vacation to escape the fact that I'm now drinking my tea out of Tupperware because I refuse to wash the dishes, can bring a little bit of that vacation experience into my here and now. And it's very low commitment. If I have the money, I get the service. If I don't have the money, I don't get the service, and then I just face the consequences. And it also gets my brain in the habit of putting money to the side and giving me an immediate point of reference for what it can mean. So I'm happy, my ADHD brain is happy, and my lived experience is a little bit better. There's more. So the first big payoff is it helped me think more concretely about my financial goals. If you ask anybody, everybody wants more money. Everybody wants more money. And if you ask them like, okay, well, what would change in your life if you had more money? They'll have like some general sense of like stuff they would pay off, maybe things they will buy, but otherwise nothing really changes in their lived experience unless they're like thinking of like more and they're thinking millions of dollars. So this helps me put a point of reference in how much everything could cost and how my life might change around the dollar, which means that the next time I go into contract negotiations about my salary and we're haggling over $500 or so, I know exactly why I'm haggling over it because I understand how having that extra $500 would really change my life. The other thing I get back is time. Y'all, time is your most precious resource. You don't get it back once it's spent. The average American spends like a year of their life doing household chores. And in the words of the old folks, tomorrow's not promised. So I want all the time that I have to be doing things that I could either be making money doing or at least enjoying myself and enjoying my life doing. Now, I've scaled things up in my rich life budget since then because there is nothing like having a clean house that you just get to enjoy. But I now have all this free mental space to do other things with instead of keeping track of all my household to-dos.